Explosions and fires in Crimea have destroyed military equipment, frightened beachgoers, and prompted thousands of residents to evacuate to Russia. After more than 8 years under Moscow's control, scenes of war have returned to Crimea.
І це правильно, бо Крим – український, і ми ніколи від нього не відмовимось.
For several recent incidents, Ukraine hasn't claimed responsibility, but Russia's operations have been seriously disrupted as Ukraine increasingly focuses on striking facilities and supplies behind Russian lines.
Actually, what they're doing is part of a broader strategy, which is to try to squeeze the Russians out of the south of the country.
So as the war enters a new phase and President Zelensky vows to take back the territory at the heart of Russia's operations, here's why Crimea has emerged as an important battleground. Russia's military seized Crimea, which is internationally recognized as Ukrainian territory, in 2014. Since then, Moscow has built military bases and weapons stores on the peninsula.
Я не знаю, что глубоко считается. Это территория Российской Федерации. И ее защищать мы будем так же, как и любой другой субъект Федерации Российской.
When Russia invaded Ukraine in late February, those hubs became important locations from where Moscow could deploy forces and top up supplies.
In the early days of the war, Crimea was used as a jump-off point for Russia's military.
Russia's initial strategy was a multi-directional invasion with the goal of capturing Kyiv. But after that failed, fighting shifted to eastern and southern Ukraine.
Since then, Crimea has been kind of a rear base for Russian armed forces who are occupying the south of Ukraine. Ukraine is now attempting to push those forces out.
Since taking control of parts of eastern Ukraine in July, Russia's forces have appeared to slow down, and Ukraine has repeatedly hit occupied areas with targeted strikes on key infrastructure that was being used by the invaders.
Ukraine, it thinks it can't take the Russians on in a tank battle, so they're being clever about it. Their aim is to degrade the Russians. The Ukrainian official said to me, it's like 1,000 stings from a bee in order to disable Russian capabilities, their ability to wage war and demoralize them and force them to withdraw.
Crimea is now key to that strategy. A blast at a Russian airbase on August 9th destroyed several warplanes, according to Western intelligence officials, and as seen in these satellite images that contradicted Moscow's claim that no warplanes were lost. Russia blamed an ammunition explosion and Ukraine didn't take responsibility for the damage. But the blast had consequences. Russia relocated some planes and aircraft to its mainland, according to Ukrainian military intelligence. A week after the airbase was hit, explosions at an ammunition depot damaged rail tracks and power lines, complicating Russia's efforts to transport ammunition and other supplies. Ukrainian officials said the attack was indeed Ukrainian, and Russian officials blamed saboteurs in their first official acknowledgement of a major attack on the peninsula. Still, that doesn't necessarily mean Ukraine is about to retake Crimea.
Certainly, Crimea eventually is a target, but the Ukrainians are going about it very methodically, piece by piece.
Russian diplomats didn't respond to a request for comment about the effects of what's happening in Crimea on Moscow's campaign. But as a new phase starts in the conflict, the peninsula is at the center of Ukraine's efforts to show that it can damage Russia's army where it didn't expect it.